Hi, I'm Mark from Mark B Reviews. This is a review of the Outsunny 9x6 garden shed. Okay, so one issue I've come across is the height of the door. I'm 5'10". I'm not overly tall, but I do have to duck significantly to be able to get into here. You could maybe lift it off the ground a little bit, but then you're going to run into problems with this plate at the bottom as well. And you also have to lift anything that you're putting in there, whether it's your lawnmower or something, over the top of whatever height you lift it to as well. The other thing that I've noticed is the doors. So while it's closed at the top, it's not closed at the bottom. That probably will change once I've put a padlock through here to hold that closed. Another option might be to put like a small magnet here so that it'll stick, or I can maybe adjust the brackets inside where the doors slide to adjust the angle, but I've just assembled it and this is my first thought, so it might be fixable. It's not a massive issue, to be fair, but I would like that to be tightly closed. The material is reasonably flimsy. When I opened the box and I was starting to assemble it, I was kind of worried because it felt really flimsy at that point. These panels aren't as bad, but as you start to bolt it together, it really does get reasonably rigid. And I mean, each individual piece might be a little bit flimsy, but as a whole, it's pretty sturdy once it's assembled, especially for the price point. Okay, so this is the inside of the shed. As you can see, the doors not quite closed there, but with these brackets at the top, I think I can adjust the angle. You've got 4 different holes here. There's one little pin that comes through from the back and then a screw that goes through from the front. So I'm going to take those out and adjust them a little bit, and hopefully that'll sort of keep the door a bit more closed. Okay, so I've adjusted the runners at the top of the door, and as you can see, that gap is pretty much perfect now. So yeah, no massive issue, to be honest with you. I'll let you have a quick look at the inside to see which ones they're mounted on, but it might be different for each one depending on, you know, how it's built and stuff like that. So okay, so that's the outside of the door. Those are the 2 insides. And the other outside, that's where I ended up having to put the holes, and as you can see, that door is pretty well sealed up now. It's not perfect, but it's definitely even anyway, so I'm happy enough with it. Okay, so for head height, I'm 5'10", and this is basically touching the top of my head at the minute. We haven't actually put the floor in on top of this yet. This is a frame that came with it, like a base frame for a floor to sit on, so it'll be supported here in the middle and around here on the edge. Basically just plywood or OSB or something like that on top, just to give you a nice level floor. The reason we haven't put it down yet is because the ground here isn't perfectly flat. We're going to put a few packers under this just to give it more support, because it's not really in contact at either side yet. So once the floor goes in, that's going to lift it up maybe another inch, and my head height is pretty much gone at that point. That being said, the size of the shed is actually pretty decent. We can store quite a bit of stuff in here. Now that it is assembled, it does seem to be reasonably sturdy. I mean, it's not going to be as sturdy as a timber shed or something like that, but it's a fraction of the price. A timber shed would be significantly more expensive for the same size. I mean, you get what you pay for at the end of the day, but it will serve the purpose that we need it to, for storing tools and, you know, lawnmower and bikes and stuff like that. It will keep the stuff dry. It will protect it from the elements. The shed comes with 4 of these plastic vents. There's 2 at the back here, and there's 2 at the front as well beside the doors, and that just allows the air to flow through. I don't know if I would say, other than those, that it's airtight there are some gaps, but again, that's not really an issue as long as the water runs down the panels and not in. So structurally, we have 3 beams here that support the roof. The middle one is actually double the width of these. It's basically 2 of these bolted together in the middle to create an I-beam, which is more structurally sound, obviously. That'll support the center of the structure. You also have this running along the top of each wall. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of contact with the roof to keep that up. The walls, they are thicker metal than most parts of the shed. But they are kind of held together by bolting into the floor and here. So I did see a few people complaining about the runners for the door in some of the reviews that I read online before I bought it, but in my experience, everything seems to run reasonably smooth. We did put a little bit of Vaseline on the track here just to help it slide better. You could use copper grease or any other kind of grease or lubricant to help the door slide, but I have no complaints there. So overall, I think it's a pretty decent shed, especially for the price. It's not going to be the best shed ever made or anything, but it will serve its purpose. It'll do what we need it to do. I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I'll see you in the next one.